UBS says sticking to the code will give its staff in Switzerland a more polished appearance. But how much difference can a dress code really make to your business image? Now, Richard Hillgrove is director of Hillgrove PR. He's an expert on PR and image. It's all part of the same thing, isn't it, basically?
It is nowadays. I think we have to start from the beginning. It's actually a 44-page guide. I think you said it was a 43-page guide. But coming from a wealth management specialist bank, you would expect your frontline staff, because I think it's only the 2,000 frontline staff that have been singled out for this sort of complete nip and tuck in terms of their wardrobe. And I think it's absolutely justifiable. That's what banking's always been about, and they're just fine-tuning it. And what would you... Of course you'd expect that from a Swiss bank.
Banking's always been about that, so why are they putting it down on paper?
I think they're taking it to the next level. I mean, as a PR and an image consultant, it does to me seem like it does smack a little bit of a PR stunt. I mean, this is a bank...
Yeah, we checked this out, though, and they just insist it's not.
Well, of course they would, but £37 million bailout in 2008, and all of a sudden they come back with precision. They want the best from their staff. They've got the world talking. They're #2 on Twitter globally.
But does it make them look pedantic?
It's all right for a bank to look pedantic, because the image of a bank should be pedantic. People expect that from people who manage their funds. They don't want people who have not got an attention to detail. I think that's the vital point. That's the PR message, but in terms of the message that banking sends out, you can never do enough in terms of the way people look. And it is heading towards uniform, but UBS is talking about funding this experiment, if you like, the pilot program. They're not saying they won't provide some cost towards the staff fulfilling these objectives. OK, and it depends entirely on the industry, doesn't it? Because if you're in the music industry and you turn up in a pinstripe suit, unless that's in fashion at that time, you're going to look a bit silly. So you need to be trendy if you're in the music industry. I totally agree. In every genre of personality, if you like, particularly business personalities, there's so many genres of business personality. Richard Branson has a more laissez-faire... Not reckless, doesn't wear a tie, laid back, because he evokes the brand. Now, banking is the other end of the spectrum, and they have to fulfil and be consistent with the stereotype, the archetype that's been created. And I'm all for UBS fine-tuning it and making a noise about it. So what's the advice for someone going to a company and deciding what the dress code should be if they haven't got one written down because they're not going to UBS? If there isn't one written down, how do you work it out? Just copy the chief exec? Oh, you're not going to get it completely right, and I think that's where they're trying to find a point of difference in the market. They're saying UBS, with a little bit of an image disaster a couple of years ago, is coming back, all guns blazing, and they're getting it right, or not all right. They're making sure it's almost a military operation as far as people's image is concerned, not leaving any stone unturned. And I think that sends out the right message to the market, if anything else. I'm not sure they care so much about what the staff think about it. It's more the public at large, and with internet banking, everything's going back towards how you can interface with people through bricks and mortar, and they're making sure frontline staff, people who have people contact, look a certain way and deliver a certain image. Richard Hillgrove, thank you very much for joining us on the programme. We've had a rather large response, to say the least, to this story on our Facebook page. And first, Isabel Singh says, usually dress code is not written on a board. It's mostly what we call culture in a company. That means that we belong more or less to the same one. But Molo Bolo Clement disagreed and said in response, dress codes are written on the board in some companies because here in Nigeria, the way you dress is the way that you're addressed. And finally, Adam Barlow had a few words on this one. Some people need to be told how to dress. We have some great behind-the-scenes show videos on our Facebook page, so do come and meet the team at facebook.com/CNNQuest, and you'll get an idea of how the team here dresses.